Welcome, welcome. Ladies, and Karen is here. That is so good.
Corinne.
Hi.
Corinne.
Sorry about that.
Hi, Corinne.
That's okay, Corinne. I'm very proud of you. Like you have so much on your side and you keep committing to come. So I'm very proud of you ladies. And Natasha has completed the homework. So Corinne, I just want to check with you. Have you managed to do your homework for your gratitude?
Yes.
Yes,
I
good.
I wrote it down on the PDF.
That's okay. Take your
I'm
time.
sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't
Last-
apologize.
Last night was really I'm trying to start my video.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, I don't get it. It says my video is going. Start video. I don't know why my face is not showing.
Yeah, I want to see a beautiful face.
I
I see
know.
pitch black.
It's
Is your camera on?
Oh, it was um says something about the virtual background flipping out. Like it says it's still
Ah.
loading.
So
I
are
don't
you on your
know.
computer?
Yeah.
So go to, your bottom left-hand corner, you'll see like stop video. Then there's a little arrow on top. You bring that up and then you should be able to choose your virtual background. And then
Well,
just go to,
I know that part. It's not. Oh,
yeah,
there it
here you
goes.
go.
I was like, it
Exactly.
just wasn't coming up. It was saying it was
There you
angry.
go.
There we go.
It's
Yay.
so good to see you guys. So good to
Yeah.
see you guys. And I'm very happy. Yeah, don't worry, just post the homework on the Facebook group. I am to be known that I normally kick people out when they don't get their tasks done. But as we travel the 7 days together, no, breathe. You're still here. You're still here. But I'm just trying to explain that I have a standard. When I work with people, it's like you can tell like it's a small container because everyone have different stories and background to come. Like Corinne, you told me that you have already made donation to other charity. So I'm grateful that you are helping others already. So I make the exception for you. Okay. So it's just like I know your family, is like you and your mom. It's just your mom and you are it. So you are the person superior. So there things would go wrong, so-called in our life. So that's why I just want to carry out. You done your homework? I trust you as we travel the journey together. I'm here to support. I'm not here to be like the hard tart master, but I'm known to be that. But like everyone have different circumstances. So
I wish mine had a little more flexibility sometimes.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, as we travel together, this is day 5, and I can see both of your smile is so much more relaxed. Yeah. So tell me, like, don't just let me speak, but I want to hear from you guys so far. What have you noticed? What have you noticed about yourself? Anyone? Feel free, it's a small group, so take turn. I'll speak over one another. We know each other well now.
Well, I've noticed that. So last night was BSF, and so I got some of the lesson done, but not all of it. But one of the things that we were talking about this week was about the importance of our relationship with God, and it was about Jehoshaphat and Azariah, maybe I don't remember, but basically or Azra, or they were polar opposite kings. One was the king of Israel, Jehoshaphat was king of Judah, and Jehoshaphat was good and right in the eyes of the Lord, and the other king was not, and he ended up dying. And it was just kind of like it's showing me that aspect is going throughout my life, saying, hey, you need to do more for your spiritual growth and take time for yourself than just this group setting.
Yeah, yeah. It's great to have peers to travel along, but at the end of the day, God really want to date you too. So what is a setting in a date is just you and him. And I hear you so clearly. I'm so glad that you start to hear more from God, more in tune, isn't it? The small still
Yeah.
voice is much more clear, having the clarity. How does that sit with you emotionally when you hear that?
I don't know. I have a hard time determining motions, and my Zoom looks like it's having a hard time connecting. Sorry if I get kicked
I
out.
can hear you clearly. You know, you're not well. Keep coming in and out because our weather is bad as well. It could be my end.
Oh, okay.
We are pouring down. So whenever it's pouring,
no.
all our Zoom is funny. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand
Um,
emotionally you feel hard to tell the differences, but what is
Yeah,
it
like,
internally? When you hear that, what comes through your mind then? What your body sensation is like?
I don't have a body sensation. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
That's
okay.
No, I mean, for me, emotions, like if I'm not asked to call it out in the moment of that emotion occurring, then I
Okay.
kind of forget what
Okay.
it's like, and I have a very difficult time like putting it into words.
Okay.
You
Thank
know,
you.
like at the doctor, I use that chart that tells you you know,
The
the
faces.
sad cry face to the really, really happy
Yeah.
face, so I can determine my
I
pain
hear you.
levels.
Okay. All right. Could I revert to you? Thank you for being honest. This is so important so that we will continue to work together to help you.
Thank you.
So when you heard that, it's like, it's time for you to do more one-on-one with God. Were you like, yes? Or like, what?
Yeah.
Your reaction? How was your reaction?
Well, I mean, it makes me feel bad when I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But then I try to justify it, and then I'm like, but why am I even trying to justify it? I have no excuse not to. I mean, even with everything that's currently going on, you'd think that I would be praying a whole heck of a lot more just because of the stress of it all and everything.
Yeah.
And so, you know, but yeah,
I hear you. I hear you. And who could identify with Corinne that we beat ourselves up when we hear from God? Instead of saying, wow, God want to speak more to me individually. But we look at like, see what you haven't done. See, you're not good enough. So, you know, in our container, a lot of us are still working on the self-sabotaging. That, no, when God come to us, do you think he wants to punish us? Or he loves us so much that he specifically speak to us individually? I want to be with you more. I want to have more intimate time with you. How does that sound, Corinne? Do you think this is God wanting to speak more to you?
Yeah, no, definitely. And you know, it just last night I had a chiropractor appointment, and there was one of the girls who was in the office who does like the health stuff for the doctor, and I don't remember. Oh, I went in and I was wearing kind of a reddish shirt, and the chiropractor was like, "Oh, are you a Cougar fan?" I'm like, "No, I didn't graduate from either of those schools." And so it started a conversation with the young lady, and somehow it led to that I have a master's and that I have an undergrad in biblical theology. And she was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to pick your brain," you know. And it turns out that, you know, moving to this side of the state, there's a lot more Christians in this area of Washington than there is over in Seattle. In
Oh,
Seattle, it's
wow.
very, very extremely liberal. I mean, they are polar opposites when it comes to the state. We're considered gun-toting rednecks. That's what the liberals like to refer to Eastern Washington as, because there's a mountain range separating
Yeah.
the two halves of the state. And
Yeah.
so you can definitely see the difference when you transit between the two.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I can hear you definitely because I noticed the difference too. My friends actually moved from California state to another state because they're so liberal and they are very fervent in their belief. Yeah. Great. Okay. Karine, like again, is where we focus, that's where our energy flow. So it's a choice for us to focus on the positive or the negative. Then it's more about a reminder to practice the positive. That's why we have the affirmation. That's why we have the gratitudes. So it takes time, but as I said, practice, 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 make mastery. Okay. Thank you for your share and being so open. And this is so important for us to become your version 2.0, is being open and vulnerable to, get support. Yeah, appreciate you. Cash, how about you? What have you noticed?
I've been trying to follow the intention of the day and the action. I think that's my weakness. Yeah, because I'm pretty much go by the flow. Wake up whenever I wake up. That's why 7:30 actually is my best time. There's no earlier, like 15
It's
minutes
okay.
or 20 minutes. I'm like either that or I'll sleep to 10 o'clock or whenever I wake up. That's the thing. So it kind of like, Karine, it is I can see your life is full of purpose, you see. But when you're in that moment, or you're staying at that stage, you might not think so. You might think differently. But when, from my point to look at you, I see your life is full of purpose. You have your task to do, you see. Where if you have no purpose, it's kind of like me. I mean, for one side of people saying that, you're so blessed, you don't have to do anything. Not really. I mean, depends on how you want to look at it. I find that life without purpose, I think, is really very much worse still. If you understand what I mean. Like, yeah, you sleep and then you wake up, what's next? What's next? And you are just keep asking what's next without any directions or without any goal. That's why when I see others people that being busy and doing things, I don't know whether they're really busy or they make themselves look busy, but it's just at least they have a purpose, you see. But I'm like, what am I doing? It is that is what I'm trying to. I have things to do, not that I don't, but I just trying to procrastinate and like, that can do later. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that I think that is what I can see the difference, that I'll get up at 7 something now, every morning to just sit down and read the book, read the Bible, or to meet friends to have Bible study together. And at least it's the beginning. I can start to wake up early, sleep early. I haven't done sleep early part though. That's the thing. I've been trying to like, okay, I don't know where the time goes when you have things to do at night. Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, but I definitely feel that I'm moving forward to go towards where God wants me to. Like, at least I wake up earlier. My day is longer now. Yeah.
Can you hear yourself? You used to, if I don't need to do anything, I wake up at 10 o'clock. But now I committed myself to do 7:30. So instead of 15 minutes, you woke up how many hours early? It's like, now let's put our right hand together, everyone, and celebrate ourselves that put on our shoulder, say, Catherine, well done. Natasha, well done. Corinne, well done. This is all we need to start with, looking at what we have shifted instead of like, well, I should have known by now about my life purpose. But I'm wondering whether, Tash, you actually have, I think you probably hear from God as well, because today we're going to talk about the true purpose of our life. The true purpose of our life. Okay, we're going to start. I won't say like we'll discover the entire purpose of our life, but the master class in November is actually going to talk about the purpose-driven life. Like as I said, Tash, I think you're in tune with my thought. Everything is sort of like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to financial independence. Yeah, the 5th of November, we're talking about financial and how we're empowering women. It's like, I'm so excited because when God is telling all of us that is his purpose for us, for this season and time, when we are having this pure heart of truly after God, I believe that we receive the message, very similar message. Some people can audibly hear, but I only know that it's probably 1% of the Christian can really audibly hear from God. But most of us, when we read the Bible, when we share with friends, that's how we receive messages. That's why it's important to be accountable. Okay, now let's getting started. I don't want to hold you guys up as well. As I promised, it's 90 minutes, but we all love chatting. This is so good. Okay, this is so good that I'm learning from you both as well. Okay, so as I promised, the breathing technique will let you guys into a form of meditation. Who is ready for this? Who is ready for a form of meditation in bringing yourself quieting down and, getting yourself to a place that just the being. Okay, now, if you are ready, when you feel comfortable, get yourself to close your eyes and sit comfortably in your chair. All right, so let's do it. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. It's time for you to relax. If there's anything coming to your mind, either let them stay or let them go. It's time for you to relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, when you're ready, take notice to your feet. Wiggle your toes a little bit and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's take notice to your hand. Loosen your fingers and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's take notice to your tummy. Loosen it and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's take notice to your shoulder. Let them drop as low as possible to the ground and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's take notice to your mouth and your jaw. Keep your mouth a little bit apart and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's take notice to your whole body. Let it sink as deep as possible into your chair and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, when you're ready for your next intake breath, breathe in as deep as possible and hold it right there. And let it go when you can't hold it anymore. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, take one more deep breath in and hold it right there. And let it go when you can't hold it anymore. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, take one more deep breath in and hold it right there. As you're ready, I'd like to invite you to transport yourself to a place, to a scenery, to a destination that you have experienced warmth and love. A place that you always dream of to visit again. A place maybe you went with someone and you guys had a great time. A place maybe during your childhood that you still remember those scenery. And as you just step through that time capsule back into this special place, just smell it. Could you smell the place? What is a familiar smell that you could bring in? Allow yourself to experience the environment. Allow yourself to hear the sound, the surrounding you. Allow your sensory, what you see, become a picture in your mind. And as you become familiar with this place again, not a far distant, there's somebody there. Either this person is standing not far from you or sitting down by herself. And you feel like, wow, I know this person pretty well. As you step closer, one step, two step, three step, and this person turn around and have this big smile. You can see the sweetness, the warmth on her face. And as you slowly recognize, whoa, that's me in 90 days. That's me sitting here enjoying this moment. And as she realized who you are, she started to say, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking that commitment. That 90 days ago, you say yes to ourselves. You say yes to take your first step. And now, let her slowly to let you know what her experience been like in the last 90 days as you have traveled towards your new version of you. Slowly and patiently listen to her. She has so much to want to tell you, and thank you. As you are ready, you might slowly come back into the room. Take your time. Take your time. But as you're ready, grab a pen and note and write down, what does your higher self look like in 90 days as she's still fresh in your mind? So write down what you just saw, what she just said. And I can't wait to hear what was the conversation between you and your 90 days self. Irene, are you okay? You need some help?
What?
Do you need some
You
help
said
to
to
write
write.
that? Yeah. Oh, you're writing. Sorry.
Oh, I sorry, I was
Yeah.
typing it.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry. Go on. Sorry. I just want to see whether you need any help. But go on. Keep going. Let me know when you finish. All right, how are we doing? When you're finished, anyone would like to share? Are we still going? Corinne, have you finished?
Yes and no. I actually, I'm not sure I understood the question.
Okay. What did she say to you?
You mean, what did I say to me?
Yeah. What did your 90-day self say to you?
Oh, well, she didn't really say anything. There's just a lot of walking in the forest and by streams and nature. And then a dog ran up and like stuck its big wet black nose in my face. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was like spending time. Like I wrote, where did it go? I said, my 90-day self is not certain what this is about. Perhaps I will move into the middle of the woods. Perhaps I will be able to enjoy nature again and to spend time with God in a place of his making.
What do you think? I moved into the middle of the forest and spend time with
I don't
God.
think I'm going to move in the middle of the forest, but I think that it is possible to spend more time in nature. My back has been healing up pretty good to where I think I could go for like really light hikes,
Mm,
but nothing strenuous at this point.
Yeah. Slowly and surely.
Mhm.
I remember days that I start walking and people walk past me, young and old. They go up and down the 1,000 steps twice, 3 times. I'm still halfway through. It's okay. I stay on my own lane, being me.
But did you say 1,000 steps?
1,000 step is like a place that we call 1,000 step, but actually it's about 350 steps.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's insane.
It is. Yeah. But anyway, so let's hear from Tash. Like, what's your 90-day self set to you just now?
Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
I'm like Corinne, I don't actually see anything, but in my picture, I actually see my grandfather and my uncle. It's so funny. I mean, I don't know. It's my time spending with them
Mm,
and listening to them. I don't know why it's just I think back my happy moment, like when I do rollerblading when I was younger, and when we spending a lot of time with family, as in extended family, even for picnic and things like that. We have a lot of outings. But my picture just then was my grandfather.
mhm.
That his smile, the way he smiled to me, the way he's very calm person, he's very wise. I don't know what that actually speak to me.
How did you feel when you saw his smile?
Warm, that I'm loved, because I have a very close relationship with my grandfather, and with my uncle is the moment after I have these two moment, I actually come to me is listening and just be still and listen. That's what I got from that just then. About a woman talking to me or myself, I don't actually see anything yet, really. Am I
Okay.
thinking, is that my problem? Am I not listening?
Okay. Relax.
Or maybe because of there's interruption as well. My husband is doing a meeting out there as well.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Doesn't matter. But can you guys see that when you put your mind together, something happened? Even though Catherine's instruction was quite What do you mean to see my 90 days out? Huh? Huh? But like perhaps because everyone's journey is very different. Okay. You were in a trance. It's like being hypnotized. Okay. So a lot of Christians are worried about like, I get hypnotized. Okay. But as I said, that's why I didn't do this exercise on the first day. You need to have someone trusted or you've been knowing for a while that is like, okay, I could go into a trance. Okay. Because yes, some people could make suggestions when you are working in your unconscious mind. But could you see what your result was? Your mind actually and your willpower could reject me. But your willpower allow yourself to go into a place that remind you the goodness. May I summarize that both of you experience some goodness in your meditation? Because in meditation is also a form of trance that you go in a place in your mind that you're so focused that even someone is outside having a meeting loudly, Tash, you still can focus at those moments. Especially your grandfather. I assume he passed. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember I said, go to a place where you have experienced happiness and warmth. So it might not be exactly what I described, but when we take some deep breath and help ourselves to focus, to bring up the positive of your own experience. Did that work for you both? I'm sure Kareem went to forest before and it was a good place and good experience. So the whole aim about this exercise is not listen to Catherine and follow everything she said. As I said, I'm here to guide you guys. And through this exercise means you can do it. I'm helping you to build the confidence. You can do it. Either, in a way that possibly next week we'll talk about, are you going to do this on your own? Or can you do this on your own? Or would you like me to do it with you? And how are we going to do it together? Or how can I help you to set up your 90 days, maybe do it on your own, or set up your next 90 days. I'll be guiding you through your 90 days. Yes, as I said, each of you are very special and you both gone into different places. Any question? No. It could be new to you guys, but my intention is to help you to focus on your positive self. So it's very important. Yes, I used to scare about hypnosis. As a Christian, going into psychology, I had a lot of opposition. Psychology is evil. I thought, huh? Okay. But I actually met a Canadian psychologist who was 20 years ahead of me. And I said, you're doing hypnosis. How do you handle it when Christian question? And he said, oh, just give me a minute. I invited him from Canada to Australia to do a conference on me. So he stood on the stage. For those who have been cheated or lied to by someone else while you are awake, put up your hand. People say, yeah. All right. So if you are awake, you could be cheated and lied to already. Then while you are being hypnotized, yes, you could be cheated and lied to as well. But he said, I'm not saying that you just go to any hypnotherapist to get hypnotized and sort out your result. But he said, you need to do your research and you need to go with someone that you trust. But the one thing is your willpower is still at work when you are in a trance. Your willpower is still there to protect you. Does that help where you guys are at? Because it might be like, you all of a sudden you talk about trance, hypnosis. It's a form of trance when we go into a meditation. When we pray, we're also in a trance as well. That's why you often hear the small, still voice with the Holy Spirit. Is that a new term to you, Tash?
Yeah.
Yeah. do some research. I will have some book as well if you want to, read that. I met some very experienced psychologists that they are Christian as well. So because I go to different group for different purposes. So I have a group of psychologists who are Christians that we help each other. And some of the senior people has been around for donkey years. I'm not saying they're old, I'm just saying they're senior, that this type of question I do because I came from a Pentecostal background. Some Christians believe self-love is a sin, which I don't think so. But obviously it comes from different school of theology, because I actually have done a theology degree after my psychology degree, because I felt like, wow, it's a lot of contradiction. So I went and dig deep a little bit about the Bible study. But anyway, let's move on. So, but keep that image. Your uncle and grandfather, someone who supported you throughout the years. May I ask, they are the two didn't laugh at you about your exam results. They are the one who never will say, silly girl. They are the one who just love you, who, that's what I want to help you to remember. Because over the years, we have so many negative. Something happened, then we just go to the negative. But we do have the good, because you guys are in this container. It's not because I'm special, because you guys are searching for something. You have experienced life positively in the past, but they are being buried over and over again. Okay, one of my intentions is like, we are all have been successful, but sometimes we've just forgotten about it. Okay, feel free to ask a question. If I couldn't answer, I'll find the answer for you. Don't be afraid, say, oh, will I offend Catherine? No, nothing will offend me. Just ask, because we are all here to learn. Now, then this is something very important for us to understand that where I'm coming from with this teaching. Because I'm going to, just give me a moment. Yep, apologize. You guys can hear me clearly. My flow is also got very itchy today. Okay. Now, when we talk about spiritual alignment, means as we obtain the higher self, obviously, this language might have used by other religion, okay? But in the Christians, the higher self will be equivalent for us is to be more like the image of God. Okay? We all agree that we are made of the image of God. And we are learning on the road to be more like Jesus. Now, how many of us, I'll ask this question since we are all practicing Christian here. How many of us are willing to bear the cross for the rest of the world, like Jesus, to die for us, who died for all of us, so that God forgive our sin and we can go back to God as his children? All right. Okay. So therefore, for us to be more like God, okay, to have his image, is clearing our energy center, which chakra is definitely came from the Indian origin. Okay. Because when we talk about that, I feel like, but this keep coming to me. It's always in my face. But as a Christian in the past, I operate on the fears. It's like, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. It's not of God. It's not from the Bible. It's not like, but it keep things getting to me. I felt like, okay, God, is there something you want me to look at? All right, I submit. Who agree that, submission is better be just, obedience. Okay. But the fact is, when I look at it, each of the chakra point is all our energy center. Okay. If you are not, any one of you are familiar with the chakra point? No? Okay. I'm going to talk through the energy center, all right, of our body, and how we could unblock each of the energy center, and for us to be more spiritually in tune with our unconscious mind. It's just like that. Just now, you just operated in your unconscious mind. Allow that positive memory. Remember the iceberg, the lowest level is not being suppressed. The lowest level is not, it has always been sitting in there, but we have not taken notice. Now we are inviting the unconscious to speak up in our consciousness. Okay, so in terms of the spiritual alignment, again, is the aligning the true purpose of our life. Okay, so we all have a purpose. And since we are all Christian here, what is our true purpose in life? What does the Bible say? From the Old Testament to the New Testament, from the beginning to the end, God is calling us to have a relationship with Him. Throughout all the character in the Bible, they all have a close relationship with God. How about King David? When you think of King David, what comes to your mind? He's a king that worshiped God. He's a king who cheated with someone else's wife. Or he's a king, his heart is truly after God, and he truly repents for what he has committed. How about Job? Job in the Bible, that he was so good. But remember, when we go through testing, God has to give a permission. God told the angel or the devil, if you want to test my servant, I'm confident that he would not deny me. You cannot kill him, but I'm confident. So people say, what, God allow the devil, give permission to the devil to test us? But when I look at the stories, God has so much confidence in Job that knowing no matter what he gone through in life, he would not deny God. I love that Bible, that chapter. I read it over and over again because what happened to Job? He pretty much lose everything. His close friends told him, is that your true God? You better give up. He has not protected you. What did he say? You evil, go away from me. I was like, oh, I want to have that faith. I want to learn that too. And how about Jesus when he was on the cross? When he was in the desert, being tested over the 40 days. They hold on to the faith and trust that God will bring them through. Who wants to have that faith? Who wants to have that confidence? Not just in ourselves now, but knowingly God is going to do that and guide us through. Okay, so our calling is to love God. And therefore, once we truly experience that love, it will be, you will live an abundant life. You will have this confidence, build this confidence to live an abundant life. And along the way to discover your calling, first, we know that we're called to love God. But other things on this earth, what we are called, what we are meant to do. Now, I didn't know that, but I've been impressed in my heart that for a long time, I'm going to be a missionary. But all my friends, you hang out with your friends who want to be a missionary, they know which country they're going to after uni. But I was sitting there, I don't have a heart, especially for any country. So how am I going to be a missionary, God? And then I said, okay, my friends suggest, maybe you go and visit different country and experience different culture and see what your heart is like. So I've been to Kalimantan, Malaysia, then cross to Kalimantan. He said, help me, Tash, because it's the long houses. And then I went to Pakistan to visit my friends that they are actually tent maker. They went there and work and reach out to the Muslim there. But I thought like, wow, God, I certainly don't feel, and I hope I'm not called to this country, because as women living in those countries is quite challenging. But one of the missionary, when I visit and help, he gave me a plaque. He gave me a plaque. I can feel it because it was so encouraged. Very simple. You're making a difference just by being here. So for them, I went there to serve them in a way that, I thought I'm bothering them because they have taken me everywhere. And, in Pakistan, like as a woman, I had to cover up, but they still want to take me and show me everything. And I realized that just my presence and being, it makes a lot of difference already. And because I was doing psychology at that time, and I can see the stress that they've gone through. And they said, well, we do come back furlough every year or every 6 months. But by you having the ability to provide pastoral care in a deeper level, that makes a lot of difference already. And therefore, I know that my calling is in Australia. But little did I know that like by 16, I was like brought to Australia already. Okay. But I'm continuing discovering my life calling. Because I was here, because my mentor, some of you might, not many, you guys did not come from the same church. But my mentor said to me, Catherine, every time, because every 3 months they travel overseas and they come back. They said, again, when we come back to see you and your husband, because now I'm married to my husband, my mentor mentored my husband at the same time. They said, friends change, not that friends ignore them, but everyone's life move on, everyone's changed. But he knows that every time we come back, we care for them by being here to support them. Okay, so now I see that as a coach, my calling is to more support women, especially for us who have been wounded before. And that's how I've been slowly to discover and go further and further and have the confidence that I'm here to serve. So now, why not I open the forum for you guys that is like, what do you think of your purpose in life? What is it that for you at this point in time, this time and season for you? What is your purpose? Because it's not about the life purpose, your purpose right here and now. Anyone? Okay. What did you resonate with what I share? Part of my life journey. It's not my whole story, but I've shared snippet of how I slowly discover by doing and getting clarity. What do you think one idea you might have now about your purpose in life?
Action.
Action. Yeah. By being in this container, you're taking action. Do you think you're taking a step closer to discover more about your purpose? Okay. All right. As I said, I'm very blessed that, I think God put me through to do psychology is not about just helping others. I did a lot of asking myself a lot of hard questions. So I started my journey, my personal development in my early 20s. Okay, so it's over 20 odd years. And for your journey, might be at the beginning, maybe in the early stage, maybe in the middle stage. But I'm confident that you'll continue to go on as you have started. One bad thing about this is personal development is it gets really addictive. The more you do, the more meditation you do, the more you warn about it. But the good thing is we continue to improve ourselves. Agree?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. But for this life purpose, I'll be happy to help you in the 90 days, set a goal. The 90 days, writing up in the next week. I will see, I think Karina, see you on your Sunday, and I'll see Tash on Wednesday. So I'm happy to help you more. So we'll give you more time over the weekend to reflect what we have done and what question you might have and what's your plan for your next 90 days. And I'm going to help you with that, appointment to help you to get more clarity and certainty where you're going. All right, let's get started. Now, on your booklet, there is quite a lot of different things that you guys have seen already. So we won't do revision. As I said, I'm just really guided by upstairs. We look at this is about the spirit today. So we're going to diagram 7. Okay, let me see. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the energy center. As I found that, the energy center is about each part of our body. Can you see me? Yeah, good. On top of our head. Now, often it sounds very negative. How many of you actually experience headache on top of your head? That's like this energy sitting here is so painful. It's horrible, isn't it? Okay. Now, that's what we call the crown chakra, is the top of our head or our head. How many of us know that we need to protect this part? We would not let anyone just come and hit our top of our head, because you can feel the vibration, and that is not good. Because when someone tries to hit you, means they bring in a negative energy and your whole person don't feel good. So what does it deal with? It's help us to be pure, help us to have clarity, and help us to connect with the divine. Means I always call upstairs. Okay, so this is, we call the crown, the crown chakra. Okay, what color is it? It's purple. Okay, so when it is blocked, we kind of like get lost in our sense of self. Okay, now, as I said, this is very important. This is facing up to the sky. So what will happen is, when we get to go to fresh air, Corinne, when you go to your sacred place in the mountain, get fresh air, pure water, getting some sunshine. It's going to help you unblock this chakra, this energy center. And what I want to add today is about the essential oil that we actually could use. Okay, these are the single oil, but if you are not familiar with essential oil, please do not just apply to your skin. Start diffusing first. Okay, and also don't just ingest, because there's 3 different schools of thought about essential oil. All right, that is another full class that I will deliver for you guys. But jasmine, sandalwood, black spur, palo santo, if you apply just 1 drop on top of your head, it will give you 20 minutes. That will take 20 minutes that the oil will get to each body cell of yours. Okay. You'll be amazed. Sandalwood is more used in the Eastern philosophy of the religion, but sandalwood is actually very good for us. And sandalwood actually also mentioned in the Bible. Okay. Now, the second energy center is here. The Indian like to call it the 3rd eye. But what's happening is, behind our scalp is the pineal gland. This is a very important gland in our brain. It's right here. So if you can see, if you see the pen here, it's right into the middle of our brain. Okay, it's a lot of different parts of our brain, but pineal gland is very important because it's about our intuition, our insights. Okay. And the color is actually indigo. Let me see whether I can get indigo. Maybe indigo here. I'm not very good with color. Okay. So if it is blocked, you feel that you don't have a clear vision. You feel like being, disillusioned. Okay. So what would help you is, when I talk about the food here, you can notice that it's a lot of plant-based food. Okay. I can tell you that for the last 7 days, I've been eating more veggie and different color of vegetables, and I certainly can feel the differences in my body, because last week, 7 days ago, I was 62.3 Ks, and today, as I weight myself, I'm 59.8, and I'm very excited. So I can't wait to share with you that. So it's the purple berry, plums, and purple potatoes will help you to clear this energy center. And the oil to use is frankincense and sandalwood. And Natasha, you use yang living. So the three wise men, have you got that oil? It's amazing. The three wise men is very good. I use it a lot. Not use it a lot. When I use it for, it's more for prayer, for my meditation. Okay. The third energy center. Oops. Is our throat. How many of you actually feel sometimes there's a lot of blockages here when you try to speak the truth? It's not about you not wanting to speak the truth. It's more about something else spiritually. This is blocked. So it's about our communication and for us to speak the truth. So it is blue color. Okay. So often lies come to, and you actually can feel it when someone lied to you. But for us, how many of us think white light is good? It's no harm. Sometimes we need, well, it's not sometimes, we need to speak the truth, but with grace and gentleness. When you come into my container, well, you can speak to my ladies. I speak the truth and I challenge them, and sometimes they might not be happy, but at the end, they will thank me that, thanks for being honest with me, because I know what I need to work on. Okay, so for the fruit of, is more like different type of fruit juice, but figs, sea plants, plums, and melons. Okay, and the oil would suggest to use is cypress and oregano. And remember, these two oil are hot oil, so don't apply directly on your skin. But in the blended oil is called believe. So we believe that we are here to live the truth for God. Okay, the fourth chakra is the heart. Okay, the heart. So far, what I spoke of isn't that this is all this energy center is part of us? Do you think this is not of God? Or this is of God, that how he precisely designed us and how all these energy center are actually aligned? Because our spine is one of the very important structure in our human body. And who designed this body? Okay, so for our heart, is obviously interesting. It's not red. Our heart is green. Okay, what is it our heart for? It's for our love and compassion. Okay, and being joyful. How many of you, when you watch some like romantic movie, you feel your heart that pumps, particularly some warm blood coming out? It's like, ooh, that's what we call warm and fuzzy. Okay, and what happened when it is blocked is often when we experience grief, as particularly unresolved grief. And what we can do is, what color is it? So what color fruit or veggie do you think you would eat? So your green veggie, or particularly the dark green veggie, and avocado. Okay, and the oil you could use, single oil, is more clear sage. It's actually very good for women as well. But if someone is pregnant, please do not give them the sage. Be very careful. Okay, but in the blended oil is hope, joy, release, and present time. So all these oils are actually in the filling kits, Natasha. Okay, now after heart is our solar plexus. Do you know where our solar plexus is? Yeah, good. Solar plexus is often behind our stomach. How many of us actually experience butterfly when we need to, talk in public or trying to do something very important go into a meeting? We feel our tummy. I have a stomach ache. It's actually because behind our stomach is the whole group of nerves here. When we are nervous, it's like, oh, I have no appetite. Because the nerve at the back of your stomach is working, sending signal. That's why stop other functioning. Because when you come to chewing, eating takes a lot of energy. They try to tell you, I need energy right now to deal with this situation. Okay. So it's about our willpower, about our energetic. Okay. And when it is blocked, often when we feel ashamed, this is the blockages in our stomach, the solar plexus, the nerves behind our stomach. And it is yellow. So it's more about the yellow fruit, oats, squash, ginger. Okay. And this oil is more about in the Yang Living. Corinne, are you familiar with the essential oil? Good. All right. In the blend, I often for this I use forgiveness and vala when coming to deal with shame. So it's more about not about just forgiving others, it's forgiving ourselves. Okay, so after solar plexus is, now I'll probably need you guys to help me to pronounce this. How would you pronounce this for me?
Oh,
How would you?
are you doing this sacrum?
Yep, sacrum. Okay, so this energy center is actually the 4 fingers below our belly button. Okay, so it's not just about the sexual organ, but it's an energy center that for us to be able to experience pleasure, but most important is the creativities, the sensory. Okay, and the color of this is actually orange. Okay, so carrot, pumpkin, oranges, but I also researched that mango is also going to help. And the oil you could use is lemon, frankincense, and acceptance. Okay, last but not least is our root chakra. Where does that stand? Okay, it's actually at the back, in between our bottom, the end bit of our spine. How many of you actually fell on that and before and experienced the most painful, moment that you have in life if you fell on your tailbone? Yeah. Okay. So this is actually red in color. And in order to help you, or if you were going to, like, we're talking about this, actually protection and being grounded. Okay, that's why I say always like stand in the nature and sense that the energy floating from the earth, because that's where the Holy Spirit will guide us. And if we don't do that, we'll only go into survival, and then we go into fears. When we go into fears, remember the green line decision. When we live in fears, we'll do nothing. But when we make the green line decision to take action, and the time is now, you'll see the exponential growth after the initial period. And what will happen to help you to clear this chakra is the root vegetables, eating red fruits, and nuts will help as well. And interestingly, the oil is actually bergamot or motivation. You got that? Good. Slowly, Corinne. Yeah.
I like Earl Grey tea, which is bergamot.
Yes. So as I said, this is like I'm giving you example. So as we look after this, is like, to be more in tune, is we can start with our physical health, starting with using different substances to help us. But at the end, we listen. Let the Holy Spirit to speak in their small still voice. Okay, any questions? No question? Okay. Now, I'm wondering, is my turn to ask you, has it been valuable for you in the last few days what you have learned so far? Okay. Now, could I ask you for a testimony to share with others ladies, to encourage them to come on to do this program? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. I have a framework. Shout out to Catherine, who is a business and life coach. I just did a 7 days program to build, confidence to attract abundance. And then it was brilliant. It was good. Before I was, what did you experience before you came on the program? Now I am, and I feel what you will achieve. And then you say, would you recommend? I would recommend you to do Catherine's program. Say thank you, and Poppy say thank you with your name and which city you come from, so people will know that wow, around the world people can do this. Okay, could I give you? You can either type this up for me, or you can use your phone. You can use your phone and just record that and send it to my messenger. Would that be okay? I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that, and I'll wait for you guys.
To
Can you put the
Yep.
thing back up,
Oh,
please? Please and thank you.
yeah, I didn't want to put pressure that I keep looking at you guys. Okay, I'll disappear and I will come back.
do we did she just say
Huh.
that we sorry did I scare you?
That's okay.
Do we
Did she just say
yeah, do we actually just uh write this in and put it into the the 7 days soap program, isn't it? That's what she's saying.
I'm just typing it and then I'm just gonna send it to her in instant messenger.
Oh, so don't have to post it, is it?
I don't think
Well, can I
no, I don't
explain? Like,
think
you could either do it in record it in a video on your phone and send it to my messenger, or you can type it up and send it to me. So could you do a video?
I'll
no.
type it up.
You type it up. Okay, cool. Type it up. That's why it's a choice. Okay, I'll mute myself now.
Kat, do we actually do it type it out and send it to you later?
Could
I
you
think
type
she
it out
wants us
now?
to do it right now.
Yeah, because I don't want to take up more other time. So, it's part of the here that you take you a couple of minutes to type it up. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Can I text you? I text it to you.
Sorry?
I text it to you.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't know whether I'm doing it right or if you want me to redo it.
There's no right and wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm filling in the blank like that.
Yeah,
Do I
fill in the
actually-
blank. Oh,
You look at it. You look at
yeah,
don't-
send it to me and then I'll look at it. You send it via Messenger or
the
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp. You look at it.
Yeah.
I kind of like filling in blank. I don't know whether you look at it or you want me.
Whoa. Yeah, definitely. Oh, then when you say thank you, could you sign your name instead of me? So it sounds like I wrote the passage. Yeah, we can do it later. I mean, you can just copy it from WhatsApp and at the end just put Natasha there.
mean-
You say thank you,
Oh,
Catherine, from Natasha. So then I'm not writing these up myself. I'm not making these up. Cool.
so I don't have to. Do I need to put my name down as well?
If you don't want to put your name down, just put your initial.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
n.low. Next time. So, people will know that is from someone. And I'm not, if you don't want to disclose your name, that's fine.
I was on mute when I tried to say, mine's in your instant messenger.
Yep, I got it. Thank you. Because I
Okay,
thought
I
like,
didn't
okay, let's
know
do.
You had seen it yet.
It was brilliant. Thank you. I'm so proud
Thank
of you, both of you. So proud what you guys have achieved so far. And in a short 5 days, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you feel it? Can you feel more now when you look at like what you have achieved, what you have,
Mhm.
come and do it? Okay. All right then. Now, we almost come to the end. About the 7th chakra is slowly. Not that you need to go to your fridge and chuck out all the not healthy stuff, but as you replenish your pantry, your fridge, slowly replace, at the moment each of my meal, I'm eating 60% of vegetables, 3 color. I'll make sure I have 3 different colors of veggie on my plate and 1 meat. Okay, so I'm not starving myself. I can't starve myself. I can promise you. If you ask me to starve myself, I've done 5-2. It was okay, but wasn't the easiest. Okay. So slowly replenish. And I also use a lot of organic vegetables because all the sprays and chemical, even though we think we can wash it out, but not necessary. So you don't have to throw away everything. We just take one step at a time. That's my philosophy. If I want to change something, I'm not going to go from 0 to 100. I'll go from 0 to 1. If I can double it, 2. If I could double it, 4. If I triple it, 12. But so that we won't be disappointed and we won't, being discouraged. But that's how I have been doing, building the confidence in myself, that one step at a time. Don't keep on looking what other people are doing. When you look, it's like, I want that too. Let's get it started. Don't say, see, you cannot do it. Okay. Make sure that we focus on the positive. Now, could I show you guys about the 12 weeks program? That is the next step, possibly for you guys to consider. Would you like to know more about the details? What will be, what you'll be learning in the container for the 12 weeks program? Would you guys like to do that? Okay, cool. No objection. Okay. Now, there's actually 3 pillars. Okay. There are 3 pillars. We talk about radiant. Okay. The second pillar is about rapport. The third pillar is about rain. Okay. So with these 3 pillars, we support ourselves in building confidence. Okay. And in these 3 pillars, we have subcategory 3. In the radiance, we briefly covered this week is about our body, our soul, and today we cover the spirit. But we'll be digging deeper into that over the 3 months, because there's a whole lot more. And when you come into the container, every week, there will be about 20 minutes of videos or some homework for you to complete before you come into the group coaching. And we learn from one another. Yes, we have a community of ladies who want to see you win, who would be by your side. That's the beauty of doing it with other people, that we know we are here for one another. Okay. And the online library, you get the lifetime access to the online library. So it's not after 3 months, I'll say, I'll kick you out, bye, don't talk to me anymore, okay? The online library is lifetime access, means I'll continue to upgrade my library and you will get benefit from it. And also the Facebook group is just like this container. I'm very specific, you don't want to be just flowing into with anyone, everyone, but you get to know people, and when you feel comfortable, you share. So that is the benefit of lifetime access to the Facebook group as well. I say lifetime access, but we don't know what Facebook is going to be like in the next 10 years. But I promise you that once we make friends in the container, a lot of ladies actually would talk to one another over the week. You guys have access to me, text messages and talk to me for support. Okay. But one person I do is not enough. I encourage all our ladies who know to have 5 support people. Okay, especially when I'm flying to America, it takes me 13 hours. I go off air. Sometimes some things can't wait for 13 hours. So we have other ladies, and we also have an accountability coach, and we also have a financial mentor as well in the group. So it's one-stop shop to support you to live a holistic life. Okay. So then the second pillar about rapport is in the 3 pillars, they have subcategory. Rapport without ourselves, loving ourselves. Rapport is not just to know how to be nice to you, to talking to you. Rapport in a deeper meaning is having a harmonious relationship. Who would like to love themselves more? Anyone? No one. Yes, of course. We learn to love ourselves. The first step often is we'll talk about forgiveness. It's not what other people wrong us. It's the language we use and how we have treated our body as well. The second pillar is about the inner circle that we have. This could be including friends, family, who wants to have friends that who really will stood by you no matter what you're going through, who wants to have friends that who understand who you are and grow with you at the same time, and who want to have friends that time you might need to be parted, but the day you get back and catch up, it was just like yesterday you haven't chatted to each other. All right. The inner circle, that's what we're building together in a container, that we are helping each person to be yourself and knowing that we have your back. Okay. The last pillar in rapport is about our soulmate. Okay. Often people feel soulmate is a partner, but soulmate could be friends too, that your friends really know you inside out. Okay. For those who have partner, I always say, again, it's just very similar exercise today. Eventually, you guys will get is to have an image in your mind that the portrait that you created at the end of your life. For me, I'm sitting underneath a tree with my husband. He is my soulmate, and I call him my friends in crime. Okay, that we're holding hand. On my last day, I'll just look into his eye deeply and just thank him and let him know that I have no regret in my life, that how we had traveled, how he has my back, that the highs and the lows, and he just stood by me no matter what. I wish one day, Corinne, that you'll meet Calvin. Calvin, you will meet him because he often, now that the world is open, he come to the US in July for the Thriller Fest for the writer group. Okay. The last pillar is about rain. Okay. We talk about wealth creation. Remember the Green Line decision? We talk about the money. Nowadays, if we stay in the same job, we're actually living in poverty because everything's going up. Your salary stay the same. So wealth creation doesn't mean that we must go into business. But when we're coming to know that our wealth creation is closely in line with our life purpose, that we'll find a way to help you to do the wealth creation. Therefore, I'm introducing the financial mentor into our group. And Eugene has been doing this, and he's not just any of the financial advisor. He is here to empower women. And he has his life turning point that knowing it's not about money. It's not about time. It's the quality of time that we have with our loved one, with our family, and how we could make a difference. So, and therefore, creativities is the lack of creativities means death. If we don't continue to be purposeful and creating, having variety in life, we are just doing the same old thing. So the growth will be minimal. Okay, the last one is about contribution. And congratulations, you guys have started as you have made donation to the $17 and you're making someone's life, making a difference in their life. So contribution is not just about money, but it's time and spirit as well. Okay, so you'll be wondering what all this area is. So as I said, the 7 days, you set goal, set intention for the 7 days, you set intention for your 30 days, you set intention for your 90 days. Because it's no point just looking for 12 months. Because even within a day, a lot of things could have changes. So it's an evergreen program. You can tell that there's 9 different aspects that we'll go through, but we'll go through body, self, and wealth creation as one round, 3 weeks. The 4th week will be coming here to look at, to review what we achieved in love, significancy in life, and growth. So we review every 30 days. Every 30 days, we sit in a container to look at our achievement, our progress. Most important is our progress, how far we have come in the last 30 days. What are our strengths and weaknesses? What are the improvements that we'll focus on for the next 30 days? And each week, we'll do the mini version of that is what are our wins? We come to celebrate you, and we set our intentions for the week. Remember, 3 intentions. It's going to help you to move towards your 30-day goals. The 30 days review is to help you to move forward to your 90 days goal. This is mostly the gist of the container that you'll be in for the next 90 days. Okay. Now, any question? You guys are very busy taking notes off. Any question for the model? All right. Because I've been working on myself and I've been working with many people in the last 20 years. That's what I can see the importance. But it's not, this one is not set in stone, because I'll be forever improving. And the most important thing is I love to let you know that as a coach, I have my coach too. I have people to go to and be accountable what I'm doing. What are the impact I'm making in the world? What are the contribution I'm doing? So when you encounter coaches, my first question is, do you have your own coach? You don't have to tell me who your coach is, but are you actively having a mastermind, having an accountability coach to work with? All right. Now, last but not least, I just want to remind you, yes, sometimes things go up, but sometimes things might come down as well. So don't be afraid that when you run into a roadblock, but that's why when you're going on your own, it could be lonely. But when you are in a container with me, as well with other ladies, time going up and time coming down, we can spring up and down together, and there will be support to help you. Okay. Now, I'll see Corinne on Monday and see Latasha on Wednesday. No, Corinne, your Sunday. Sorry, my Monday, your Sunday. Yeah, so I always tell you, I'm in your future. I'm always in the American future. And they said, how? Yes, I'm 15 hours ahead of you. Can I tell you my PowerBoard? No, I'm kidding. I'm very naughty. Now, any other things that you want to ask me?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Everything clear. But feel free to ask questions. There's no silly question. Everything need to be clarified, and I'm here to help you to move forward. All right. So you're not getting off so easily. Okay. This is always happen on the last day of the group call. My system doesn't want you guys to go. This is so sad that we're finishing off, but this time we're going to see each other individually. Okay. The homework. All right. Over the weekend, the reason I want to have a weekend break instead of just like, let's do it on Sunday, because weekend, our mindset is different. So I'm going to allow you to test that. Would you be still waking up early, or would you have different adjustment to wake up 30 minutes early? Or for you guys might not be applicable because 7:30 is really a stretch for me. So I'm comfortable with this right now. Yes, go for it. As long as you realize that that is your morning routine and you're investing into yourself for the 30 minutes. These are the challenge. And Corinne, I would like you to find the 30 minutes during your day to invest into yourself. Okay. And then again, do your intention, write down your action and do your reflection and share in the group. Okay. And I appreciate all the testimony is so beautiful. I'm so glad to see your transformation. Okay. So be accountable. The Facebook group will be closed by the end of next Friday, but we want to still hear from you all about your progress. Because your 7-day soul journey with me might be ended, but your journey has not been ended. Your soul journey just began. And I really want to see you guys, full of confidence, and in order that you are the one also going out to help others to discover themselves. One person, one of me, might not be able to reach the whole wide world, but adding 2 more of you are going to triple the number of people that we are going to help and the differences we're going to make. And the differences that the help that you're going to do, it could be very different from mine, but you're still making an impact. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for both of your commitment and time. and the openness. Anything else for today?
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I better let you go. It's close to 12 o'clock lunchtime over our end. Corinne could be your dinner time. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
6
do
o'clock
apologize.
here.
6 o'clock, yeah. I do apologize because I often just read the first two letters and now I make up something in my mind. So I always call you Karen. And I'm so happy. Like Natasha said, Corinne. I said, okay, sorry. Can you see our brain deceive us at times as well? I deceive myself in that sense. I just was the first two letters. Oh, Karen. Okay. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful evening. And I shall see you guys in the Facebook group and next week as well. Take care.
All right. See you guys. See you,
Bye.
Karen.